This episode is brought to you by Comixology, an Amazon company and the leading digital platform for comic books. So for cheap online digital comic books, check out Comixology in the link below. What is up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Skid Reviews, and today we are going to be doing a review of Season 7 of Game of Thrones. But before we get into the review, stick around till the end of the video because the giveaway contest which we started last week, we are going to be announcing the winner at the end of this video. So stick around to hear the results and hopefully maybe you've won something. So Game of Thrones Season 7 ended this week and boy was it a ride. I was kind of apprehensive about this season as I was with Season 6 because the writers of the show writers were going off the beaten path, so to say. Because the books are yet to come. There are 2 more books to come, The Winds of Winter and another one. And George R.R. is writing with his typical slow pace. So yeah, I mean the showrunners they're taking the story, you know, on a completely different angle, I guess. I think Season 7 of Game of Thrones is, well, it's not the best season so far, but I think it's definitely up there in the top 3 seasons of Game of Thrones so far. We had some really strong moments in the season, some not so strong moments, and there were some parts which me as a fan was, you know, just screaming like the fangirl. There were some scenes which I'm gonna get to. I'm not going to do like a voiceover, structured, ordered review like I do with my movie reviews because I'm speaking off the cuff here. So I'm just going to list out things that I liked from this season, list of things that I didn't like, and the list of things that had me screaming. So let's get to the things that I really enjoyed in this season. Number 1, Clegane Bowl is happening. That is correct. Oh yes, Sandor Clegane versus the Mountain is going to happen next season. It's been confirmed. It's going to be Robert Strong versus the Gravedigger, brother versus brother, Clegane Bowl. I cannot wait. It was basically confirmed in the last episode of this season, and you know, I am pumped. Clegane Bowl is going to be one of the most epic fights in Westeros history, and I cannot wait. Just the thought of the Hound bashing in the Mountain's head and then, you know, like going into an inn for some chicken. I'm sold. I am sold on that. Number 2, Jaime's redemption is nearly complete. Now, Jaime Lannister has always been one of my favorite characters from the books as well as from the show, just because of how complicated and conflicted a character he is. Ever since Season 2, we have seen Jaime on a road to redemption, and in the last episode of this latest season, we saw Jaime abandoning Cersei and finally heading north to join the battle against the dead. Jaime's character evokes so much pathos, and he really is a tragic figure, and I think that's what makes him so interesting to me. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how Jaime finally redeems himself in Season 9 for all the sins that he has committed. At number 4 is the Fields of Fire, or whatever they're calling that battle at the end of episode 4. The battle between the Dothraki Khalasar, backed by Dany and Drogon, against a part of the Lannister army was a sight to behold. To see Drogon finally unleash his power in the way that he did was just so amazing. The showmakers deserve some serious applause for that battle scene, which I think is second only to maybe the Battle of the Bastards from Season 6. And next up is Olenna Tyrell's badassery. Oh, the Queen of Thorns. Need I say anything? The way that she bit the dust was one of the best deaths in Game of Thrones, in my opinion at least. She was such a great character, and that really was the perfect way for her to go. So that was one part of the season that, you know, sticks out for me. Olenna Tyrell, yeah, the way she died, that was amazing. At number 5 is the fact that Sansa and Arya aren't stupid after all. I was really not into the whole Sansa and Arya conflict storyline, which I thought the showmakers kind of dragged on for too long. However, they redeemed themselves by resolving it in the last episode of the season in the most satisfying of ways. Plus, I specifically love that Sansa is turning into such a strong character. Jumping off of that, it's the perfect time to talk about Littlefinger's death. Oh my lord, when Littlefinger turns to Sansa and says, "Milady, forgive me, I'm a bit confused." That part had me in stitches. That was so funny and that was such a great scene, man. So satisfying. And the accusations that dropped bomb after bomb. Littlefinger really had no way out of that, man. And the way that Arya executed him with his own dagger was weirdly satisfying. I just realized that Game of Thrones brings out a darkness inside me. But yeah, rest in peace, Peter Baelish. Aidan Gillen is such a great actor, and he portrayed such a good character in Peter Baelish. And he's gonna be missed. He's gonna be missed. But yeah, I think it was time for him to die, because now next season it's gonna be all about the White Walkers, about monsters and dragons and the big war. There's no place for political maneuvering, I guess. But then again, Varys is still here. And lastly, the fan service. Okay, so now most people might have some problems with episode 6 because it was for being like too slow and for being too drawn out. But for me personally, it was one of my favorite episodes from this season. And that's because of the fan service. I am a sucker for those, teeny weeny little Easter eggs that they put in everywhere. And there were so many of those throughout the season, and especially a lot of those in season 6. Especially regarding the R+L=J theory, which they finally confirmed, spelled it out for everyone in episode 7. So yeah, those little Easter eggs. And of course, we can talk about R+L=J. Yeah, that was great as well, I guess. We got to see the wedding between Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark, the dragon and the she-wolf in Dorne. So apparently, Jon Snow is not a bastard, is not Jon Sand. He is Jon Targaryen, Aegon Targaryen. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. I have a problem with that whole damn thing. So yeah, those are just like some of the major things that pop in my head right now at the moment, which I think were one of the some of the high points of the season. But there were several more small things as well that I really enjoyed. Example, Gendry is back. Bran is dropping truth bomb after truth bomb. Beric Dondarrion and the Brotherhood Without Banners, their role in this season was, I think, I really enjoyed that. And of course, Samuel Tarly's scenes at the Citadel, they were gross in many ways, but weirdly satisfying as well. I told you Game of Thrones brings out a darkness in me. But yeah, I think Samwell is turning into such a great character. And theory time. I have a theory, and this is an original theory. I mean, I don't know if it's original, but I think the way it's gonna end is like the whole Game of Thrones story is a narration in a book or a volume of books written by Samuel Tarly. I think the Game of Thrones, the entire saga, is written by Samuel Tarly. And I think George R.R. Martin is Samuel Tarly. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. The things that I didn't enjoy, well, there wasn't much, but yeah, the pacing, I think, that was my main problem. This season only had like 7 episodes, and I think they could have done with 3 more episodes because it was so rushed. Everything was so rushed. And a couple of more things which I had problems with. Varys. Varys had very little to do in this season. I hope he has a bigger role in season 9, but I'm really surprised that at the minimal amount of screen time and dialogue that he had in season 7. One of the biggest problems I had was the expedition to the north. The Suicide Squad. Yeah, it was a stupid plan, and in the end it didn't really work out. And also the battle didn't really excite me as much as, let's say, the Battle of the Bastards or the attack at Hardhome. Another question that I have, where the frick is Ghost? Saving up money for the dragons? God damn, I miss Ghost. I hope we get to see a lot of Ghost next season. Oh yeah, Jon Snow's real name being Aegon Targaryen. That poses a problem. That poses a problem for book readers, man. There are so many Aegon Targaryens. So he's like, what, Aegon the 6th? Aegon the 7th? Oh, my brain hurts. Because Rhaegar already had a son named Aegon who was supposedly killed by the mountain. And then Rhaegar had another son called Aegon, who is Jon Snow. There are parts in this story in the books where you have a couple of more Aegons. But yeah, I'm not going to get into those, because if I get into those, this is going to be like a freaking endless video. But yeah, all in all, a very strong season with really great action scenes, really great Easter eggs and fan service. And I really enjoyed the season. Definitely in the top 3 of Game of Thrones seasons. What about you guys? What did you think about Season 7 of Game of Thrones? Let us know in the comments below. All we have to do now is wait for Season 8, or, as I encouraged every friend of mine who watches Game of Thrones, if you haven't already, grab the books. So yeah, there you go. That was our review of Game of Thrones Season 8. A very disorganized review, but you know, whatever, there you go. Alright, giveaway time! Thank you guys so much for commenting on our giveaway video on YouTube as well as on Facebook. If you didn't win, don't be disheartened, because there are gonna be, I promise you, a lot more giveaways. So be on the lookout for those. But for this week, the winner of the giveaway is... I'm gonna send you a private message on Facebook, so be sure to be on the lookout for that, so that I can get your contact information, so that I can send you the stuff. Congratulations. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more content, please do leave a like, and perhaps you can consider subscribing to our channel. You know, it helps us out a lot. It's free and it takes only a second. So yeah, until next time, I will see ya.